the only words I heard referring to him as culture vulture, which I think is just a riot. But this little sidekick, I feel bad that he hasn't been able to join me up here and help me out on stuff. But this, this fixture for this open mic at the Cafe Gallery here, Mr. Bob Rashkow. It's been like every open mic, and this place is so packed. Thank you so much. So give it up like you don't have anything to lose.
Thanks everybody, that was a terrific open mic. We had new talent and familiar talent, and it was just absolutely fantastic. I only hope I can measure up to the standard.
You can do it, baby.
This is the only one I'm going to read by someone else. It's by Sarah Teasdale. It's called I Shall Not Care. When I am dead, and over me bright April shakes out her rain-drenched hair, though you should lean above me broken-hearted, I shall not care. I shall have peace, as leafy trees are peaceful when rain bends down the bough. And I shall be more silent and cold-hearted than you are now. This is for Tom Roby, Malcolm's Birdside. Born into this world in a little shack, a little baby, Malcolm Little, with a view toward the river and the bluffs of Council. Those homes are no longer, but let it be known that the site is now available. If you've got a few bucks you can lend, developers are interested. They've an interest in marking the birthplace of this important black separatist and powerful orator toward black unity, so that people can commemorate the spot where the Little home once stood, here on the north side of Omaha, a couple of blocks from Adams Park. When I visited Omaha, this was all news to me. The Visitors magazine proclaimed admission free, open to the public from dawn until dusk, come one, come all. I didn't have a clue. When I found the general vicinity of 3446 Pinckney Street, all that greeted my eyes as I maneuvered my car along 2 or 3 barren streets was a small garbage dump, a few old worn tires, and a street sign, Malcolm X Birdside. One day I'll find the remaining clues. Meanwhile, somebody should tell the developer, X marks the spot. Yeah. This is my one new piece. Yeah. Hope you like it. Very dark and dreary. It's the rest of the night. 56th year visions. With a nod to Elizabeth Harper, who isn't here tonight. Slimy pilgrims, lemmings of their fashion, parading up and down Miami's South Beach, indifferent to thoughts of doubt and committed to enduring the day together. I can't find my go-to, no matter where I look. All I see are my obscure wrinkles and the sand hurrying its way through the glass. It's not time to sleep yet. Too many miles to travel. But the burden gets heavier and the carnival spreads further. I can't find the tunnel. My glance travels upward. All I see are painted balloons and incomprehensible messages sprayed like graffiti on bridges and walls. We did lose our dear Matthew Scott Barton last week. And this was one of his riffs on, now I forgot the name of the book. It was a movie script based on a book that Steve Martin was in. Somebody probably knows it. But anyway, he had encouraged us to riff off of that, and this was called Shop Talk. She wonders how he can be addicted so soon. Where did the time go? This little abbreviation is second nature to him. Bouncy job. In fact, lately, he's made quite a habit of abruptness. He says he's going to call her back, but he never does. She wonders if there's someone else in his life. She wonders when she will be moved around in the hierarchy. For Christopher Columbus, it was the sinking of 3 vessels containing precious cargo. Where the old world juxtaposes with the new world, several Picassos, lost, frowning down at them. Look frowning down at them. This city is where his new heart will live, but she doesn't yet know it. Want to meet somewhere? I can't. What's your problem? To be alone on Thanksgiving is a kind of death sentence. Travel has left me friendless in LA, says Jeremy. She sighs and goes to the coffee maker, makes a fresh cup. Everything is present, but untouchable. This is my poem for Matt. It's called Left. For Matthew Scott Barton, 1971 to 2012. Matt has gone downstairs, descended into his haunted basement, legal papers tossed into the unfeeling wind. He is one now with his demons, the rattling menagerie, the agony no longer buried in a place where no one can find it. He has rearranged the furniture to accommodate the mist of nirvana. No longer reaching fingers into regret-laced silence. No longer reaching for the perfect words that might conceal sticky anxieties. No longer afraid to take those hesitant, creaking steps into the challenge of his lifeline, into the unveiling of the lawyer's mask, the lover's mask, the poet's mask, the Superman costume, the quiet, painful endurance of horrid home recollection. He listens to our words, hearing a piano concerto, hearing the voices now calling to him, wondering out loud where he's gone. Matt isn't gone, though. He's just gone downstairs to meet the tiger face to face and shed all armaments forever. But Matt, you forgot your bag of tricks. You didn't bring it down with you. You've left it up here, or rather, down here. And it continues to share its brilliance, its magic, the gift of gab that gave you to us. Love, Bobster. Thank you. This is called Twin Peaks. It's about the TV show.
Yes. That was a CCD, Twin Peaks.
That's right, it was. Thank you, Jim. There is a place deep in the woods. Just weird.
Just weird. Just David Lynch weird. Just weird.
Weird and crazy. There is a place deep in the woods where love conquers nothing. Danger, Dale Cooper. Danger, Dale Cooper. Alongside of a large town where creepy, unsettling spirits reign. Is there really a hell? Dale is in love. He is such a moral being, but even Dale cannot be spared. For his love has followed the strange, hypnotic scent to the place deep in the woods. The barely visible curtain of sycamores. She has entered the dark domain of dirt, too late for Dale to claim her back. Here his love is of no use. Here he encounters death and tongues of fire. Here he asks politely, "Can I please have my love set free?" His request is granted. But out there he will emerge sans love and goodness. Out there he will prevail, he will flail, he will follow in the endless, long chain of evil, misery, grief, blackness. I should have lost my place, that's what happens. You're well prepared, but not well prepared enough. Okay, what's this? Oh, this one's up here. sorry. Here it is. Because everything is too much, it can be reduced to nothing. Nothing except maybe a thin mist. The mist of never certain. The keeper of the keys that open the tiny gate that stands between myself and certainty like Alice's eat me bait. Is death an infinity, though through which I must float, inevitably to reach nothing? Or is infinity contained inside that gray mist where patiently waits the key to the absolute zero, the absolute certainty, the absolute tranquil infinity of everything? There we go. Thank you. I just have a few more.
We want lots more.
Yeah. Go on all night. We'll do them all and we'll stay all night. Judy Carnegie Hall. Unless you aren't old enough to.
You're a filibuster.
There's a show. I have something to do with it. I'm not in it, but you can come back and bring me flowers if you want. Or you can see me standing pinned to the wall, observing the fun, observing the heads come and go like stars blinking. Are they coming back for intermission? From intermission? Oh yes. They just went out to smoke or gather in gaggles. Could any of them toss flowers? A nickel's worth of grace? 2. Destroy. To do away with. To crush. To ruin. Hope. Promise. Positive thought. Do away with promises. They only lead to ruin. Like arriving on time for the next show? The envelope I sent to the Pearl of Peterson Park comes back attempted, not known. And I've no place to go. The night is voluminous. I dare myself to run out into it, screaming a gaggle of unimportant nonsense. It's Bowie's freakiest show. I ooze from the ruins of a promise like a 19th nervous phoenix. I stay in after all, pinned to the wall, observing the wood, accepting one more splinter from the last fire's kindling.
Yeah. All right.
Here's a after Prince's song, it's called Raspberry Beret. A Minnesota basketball player actually brought this up. All right, Gary, you got it. If I must dance again today, let it be to this, one of my princely favorites, from an otherwise pretty tacky decade. The both of us are up on stage to act a scene out or two, to act a scene out of this. So I grabbed a price gun out of the air, saluted my 5 and dime boss. My stage buddy chimed right in. Oh my God, what's this? We're tossing gifts back and forth. You'd think we were improv experts. Mark the boxes way up there. I happily climb with this. On the back of a bittersweet pop song. I'm flying, I'm flying. I'm breezing right through it. Yeah. And finally, this one you don't have to play for. This is the host of the cafe back on Lincoln when I first got on the scene in 2003, 9 years ago. It seems like yesterday. David Rubin. One of the things he liked to do was rhythm poems, kind of ranty, kind of rappy, kind of slammy, because he used to hang out at the Green Mill a lot and stuff. And he used to do stuff like Superhero, some of you remember anyway. So I did this one, and it's dedicated to Mr. Rubin, Dr. Rubin, rather. So everybody clap along. This is called Sick Society. Sick Society. Hard at work. Doors and closed while city streets work. Stereo and OJ on the run. Before you can start, you're already done. Drivers pretending they know how to drive. Non-drivers know they're pretending they can drive. People trying to walk into truth. Watch it, you almost busted your spleen. Computers click as office clocks tick. 1,000 more jobs ended. Yeah, 1,000 more immigrants wait in the line, finding their place here. They're trying. Public school teachers trying. watch an evening of reality TV. And master a true member of society. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. I know you're watching too. And I will put in a plug, even though they were just here Monday. I swear to God, one of these Monday months I'm going to try and be here for Brian O'Hearn and the Model Citizens. Can we have one more beer, please? Or whatever that is. Thank you.
No.
And I hope they have Miss Carol Kagi with them too. Thank you so much, everybody.
That wasn't loud enough. Please give it up one more time. He left the stage, so I didn't know if anybody had any questions for him, but I guess you can come bug him on every other Wednesday since we run this here at the Cafe Gallery. If you want to know anything about our schedule, always go to www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe. If you look at the schedule, you will see that in 2 weeks, on June 6th, we've got not only Esteban Colon, but also, oh yeah, and also Buddha 309 together for a feature. On June 20th, we've got Jim Davis as a feature, and I believe, since you got to hear a little bit of Dan Cleary, I believe on July 4th, we've got Dan Cleary as a feature for the evening. And if you want to know anything about the schedule, it's one click away from the main page. Thank you all so very much. I look forward to seeing you next time, and if you want to get